Greetings, adventurers. Welcome to another exciting unboxing. Today, I have the privilege to unbox the world's most powerful video game console, the Xbox Series X. I can't say how excited I am to finally get my hands on this Xbox. This is my first release day console purchase ever, and I can finally say that I am ready for the next generation. Before we go see the contents of the box, let me give you a quick tour of what the box looks like. So you have a very neat looking Xbox Series X logo on the bottom left. Then you have 4K 120 FPS. You have a logo for technology which is being used, and then you have 1 TB SSD mentioned here. And this is the side. It says 4K 120 FPS here again. I have to mention here that 120 FPS is the maximum a game could achieve on this console, but then many games work better on 4K 60 FPS, 120 FPS being a standard for multiplayer games where the graphic intensity is not required. You also have a mention of variable refresh rate. You have 8K HDR, so the console could achieve 8K HDR. Then the technology I mentioned here is the Xbox Velocity architecture. Then it has support for 4K Blu-ray. Alright, I'm not sure if you can look at this here. It also has mentions for some video technologies. It mentions Ultra HD, HDMI, Dolby Vision Atmos, and DTS:X. Here you have Master Chief looking at the side. He says, "Power your dreams." That's exactly what I'm going to do. You have the mention of Game Pass, then certain logos. I wish Halo Infinite released during launch, but it's fine, I can wait. So if you guys are excited for Halo, you could try Halo 4, which is recently added to the Master Chief collection. To the side, it's the Xbox and the controller. So I would say the box looks extremely sleek. It's not big, it's not too small. At the same time, I like the finish of black and white, and then the subtle green. Let's go ahead and see what the contents of the box looks like. Alright, so we have the Series X outside the box. Let me try to open the outer cover here. There should be a final piece of tape. Yep, it is at the bottom. Okay, so very minimalistic, guys, but look at this beauty. This is not big at all. I did not expect this to be, I was expecting it to be much bigger, but this is not big at all. I mean, I don't see what all the whining was for, because this just looks, you know, probably to the max a 1.5 palm size. And people were also mentioning that this is a finger magnet. No, it is not. It has a matte finish. Okay, let us see this in detail. I'm just gonna remove this cover now. So you have the classic power button. I can tell you that the power button is much smaller than Xbox One S, which is the previous console which I own. And this is the disk drive. The eject button is here, and I believe this is the tethering switch to tether to your controller. And then you have one USB slot in the front. To the sides, you have an Xbox logo to the bottom left, and the back. People used to wonder what this outlet is for, but I'm not sure either. You have a locking mechanism. You can use this to secure your Series X. So I mean, retailers could probably use this when they want to demo this console. You have two USB slots. You have a network interface slot, the power socket, HDMI out. There's no more HDMI in. I've never used that. I don't know what that is for either. Then you have the external storage slot, so you could add more storage to this. There's just one slot. So I know there's this 1 TB variant, but probably Microsoft might release a bigger variant size. But then there's just one slot. Probably an upgrade for Series X might contain multiple slots. Alright, the other side, it's just plain. There's no Xbox logos. And let's look at the bottom. It's non-rotatable. It's just a simple stand with some cushioning. Finally, the top part. You could see a subtle green tinge, and then this one is, I believe, concave. Yep. So yep, don't try to vape into this, but other than that, it looks very neat. Beautiful monolithic. So we have seen the console. Now let's go ahead and see the other contents in the box. First off, we have the standee, which is lying just beneath the console. It's the instructions of how you can add a battery to your controller, and an explanation of the various slots and sockets the back of the Xbox has. It also mentions the Xbox Game Pass app. Pretty neat. I believe this one is the same one in another language. Okay, so let's keep this aside. It looks like a standee. Next, we have the other component of the box, which houses the controller and other manuals. Let's open this. So first off, let's get the other candidate here, the controller. So for the first comparison, I have the Xbox One S controller, which came with the box, and then we have the Xbox Series X controller. What I can immediately notice is this weighs lesser compared to the standard controller. I can see that the way you can hold the controller, the size has also decreased. You can see this is a little longer, and yes, overall there's been some improvements. Here it's more straight, but then here there's an indentation of some sorts. So there's a little rework here and there, and you can see that even the button size is smaller compared to the one here. Let's quickly see the triggers. I'll evaluate how it is. So I can see that the triggers are a little shorter than they were in the original Xbox One S. The shoulder buttons are more, less rigid. In the previous Xbox One, they were a little more difficult to press. I personally did not like these buttons, but this one is a lot better. So not much has changed. The back looks very, in fact it's the same as the previous controllers as well. I have an interim version, which is the Phantom White controller as well. I can say that there has been slight inspirations, but then again, nothing radical has changed in the controller. So let's look at the other contents of the box. We have the controller out. The first cable here is the HDMI cable. I believe this is 2.1. It says ultra high speed. Yep. Usually there's an HDMI cable caps missing in this, but it's fine. Keep that aside. The next item is of course the power cable. One funny thing is it no longer has a power brick. The power brick has been fitted inside the Xbox Series X itself. Thank goodness. Okay, there's some styrofoam, very squishy. Let me see if there's anything else. You have a manual, and yes, I believe that's the last bit of this box. So the manual is just plain. Just tells you not to put your finger into sockets. But yep, that's everything inside the box. Let me keep both together. Thanks a lot for watching the unboxing video. I'd like to wish you all a very happy Diwali. And உலகமெங்கும் இருக்கும் என் இனிய தமிழ் மக்களுக்கு என் மனமார்ந்த தீபாவளி நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். Stay safe, have fun, take care.